guys? Welcome back to T2T Wrestling. I'm here with Tim. Yes, Tim's here, unfortunately. No, I was kidding. And we're going to talk about SummerSlam results.
Hello, everyone. Sorry I'm here.
We're all
Or
disappointed.
something. I know. That's my life. I'm disappoint people.
Anyways, let's start off with the first match, which was a Raw Women's Championship match with Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair.
I think we can agree that this was a very strong start.
So they had to start off front. Well, it lasted more than 26 seconds. It was like about...
It did. That's an amazing, this one lasted nearly, 30 times as long as it did last year. That's very impressive.
Very
You have to
impressive.
admit that.
I mean, it's Becky Lynch
No.
and Bianca Belair. They always have good matches.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
stuff like
this was.
that. And it ended the feud that they had.
Yeah.
Which was probably
Becky
the whole
had a very
point.
interesting costume this time, I feel.
Yeah.
She's getting good at that. Yeah, it has to end the feud. Like I said, it was a very good match. Nothing sort of incredibly special about it, but just one of those very, very good matches you like to see. Bianca won. Becky, gave her a shake and a hug, so she's turning face. Except, I guess she isn't, because...
she's injured.
She's injured now, yeah. She apparently got injured during the match and was then attacked by some heels on Raw to put her out for a couple of months.
Okay, Tim,
I guess.
Okay, anyways, someone came out. Okay, let's just put the elephant in the room, okay? Bayley came back. Dakota Kai came back. And Io Sky came back, and I guess they're all a stable now, and they were going to go attack Bianca Belair, but then Becky came back, and honestly, at first, I thought, is this a setup? But then I'm like, nah, probably not.
Honestly, no. That was like, oh, we're going to have a 4-on-1 now, but no. No, I do think with
I mean, it's good
Bayley
to see.
coming back.
It's good to see Bayley back, and Dakota Sky back,
absolutely.
and Io Sky back.
That was my first moment of yes. I mean, the match itself was absolutely fine. It was really, really good. It's just we've seen really, really good matches from these before,
right?
So it's kind of overshadowed. It's not that the match was, bad or worse than anything else they've ever had, but it was overshadowed by Bayley's return, and Dakota and Io.
I mean, it happens to Bianca like all the time. I mean, last SummerSlam she got overshadowed by Becky Lynch. This SummerSlam she got shadowed. At least she didn't fight her for the belt.
At least Bayley didn't come back and put her in an armbar.
Right, whatever. Didn't do her belly to belly or whatever, her rosebud booth or whatever, like something like, okay. At least that didn't happen.
Even for WWE, that would have been too crazy. I
think that this whole, like, with the Bayley, I'm like, look, I'm glad to see Bayley, Io Sky, and fucking Dakota Kai, like, back in the WWE. That's great. I'm glad to see all of them back. But I feel like this is, like, something, like, I don't know if you, like, watch, like, NXT with Mandy Rose and her, like, click thing.
I feel the same.
I feel like it's the same shit. I mean, I get it, but I'm like,
I don't. The thing is, I guess I feel like Bayley is strong enough to stand on her own. We know she is.
Yeah, we know. She's done it before. Plenty of times.
So this is obviously a thing to get Dakota and Io over more than anything else.
I can see that being a thing.
And it's necessary?
I mean, I think it could work. If they're trying to be like Mandy Rose and them, where Mandy Rose is like the championship, and they're like the tag teams, and we already discussed. I'm not gonna discuss it here, but we already discussed it and privately about the so-called women tag teams coming back. They can go again. You know what I mean? I don't know. It all depends. I don't know, but like I don't like you said. Bayley does not need like people behind her, but Bayley is the type of person that was like, I'm gonna help these people get to where they need to be, because Dakota Kai is good. Io Sky is good.
Dakota Kai is both of them are very, very good. Yes, we saw that during their NXT runs.
Right. So this is like a new thing, and like, okay, I see her helping them and stuff like that. And I mean, I like the stable and stuff like that. And especially when I watched on Raw, they go against these other, like, Asuka and Alexa Bliss and Bianca Belair. That could be a great feud between these 6 women.
I would love to see a stable versus stable feud.
I would love that too.
We haven't had since
like,
what's the last time we had a good stable versus?
Forever.
I mean, there's been a couple in the last decade, but they've all been hard. Like
it hasn't been. I don't know. I feel like it hasn't been like a good stable. It's been like a decent one. I'm like, okay, but
I mean, to a certain degree, you can call the New Day a stable to a certain degree.
Yeah.
I just don't think it fits. But I don't think we've had a really good stable versus stable since, I don't know, the Shield versus Authority, maybe
Evolution or whatever. Before
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while
to see that. Yeah, no, I would love to see that. So let's hope that happens. Let's hope that happens. But because otherwise, yeah, my reaction to this is, I'm super happy to see Bayley back. I'm super excited to see the other ones get the chance. That's something Triple H would do. Now that he's in charge, like put these people back on the map. I just don't know if Bayley needed a posse right now. But we'll see. We'll see where it takes us. I'm not unhappy about it.
I mean, I heard that this was something that Bayley and Dakota Kai have been working on, and Vince kind of didn't want to do it. So, but hey, let's see where it goes. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's not be overly pessimistic just yet. They are all very good wrestlers, at least.
Exactly. Well, anyway, this match was The Miz versus Logan Paul.
Which I have to admit I only saw maybe half of. I couldn't get this whole show, guys, because I'm in America and the whole thing is because.
Yeah, America, we don't have SummerSlam for fucking people who are Danish.
No, I'm not gonna bother you with the whole thing, but I couldn't see the whole show, so I had to put it together from smaller clips or people who uploaded various matches before WWE took them down on YouTube. So Paul versus Miz was one where I saw only maybe about half of it. I basically only saw highlights.
What did you see, Tim?
Well, I mean, I basically saw the beginning of everyone coming out, and then I saw them fight around a bit, with Logan having some high-flying stunts, and then AJ came out and distracted everyone, and then Logan won, basically. But I hear it was like a maybe 15-minute match or something, and I think I've seen 5 minutes of it. So
well, Ciampa, whatever his name is, he kind of did a little bit distraction with Logan Paul, and then the ref kind of kicked him out, but he wouldn't leave. So then AJ came and kicked his ass, and then distracted Miz, and then he got the high five and he won. Blah 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 blah.
I mean, based on what I saw, it was a perfectly serviceable match.
It was a decent match. It was not that bad.
I don't care for Logan Paul in WWE. That's not a secret. I don't care for Logan Paul at all.
I mean, I don't care for Logan Paul, period.
No, that's just period. I don't care for Logan Paul. I certainly don't care for him in WWE. But I mean, as long as he can deliver at least passable, decent matches, and isn't shoved into the main title picture or some crap like that,
I'm okay with.
Yes, I can live with it.
I'm okay with him, because I mean, who better to go than against the Miz? Because I mean, Miz makes people look good anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, Miz is good at that. Miz is good. Miz is the go-to guy for that sort of thing, and that's because he's very good at it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
So
again,
I don't have a problem
Miz
with that.
is no, absolutely not. That's not my issue. I have a problem with Logan Paul, like as a person.
But like, yeah, as a person, yeah. But as you say, for a title message, no, I would have a problem with that. 100%.
No.
Problems. No titles.
I think the only thing I have a problem with this is that I think Ciampa is too good to be a stooge of the Miz.
I agree.
But based on what we saw on Raw, not going to spoil anything if you haven't seen it, but based on what we saw on Raw, that might be changing before too long. So one can only hope about Tommaso Ciampa, or Ciampa, as I guess he's just going for these days.
No one asks
if you haven't
first
seen
names.
His NXT run, go. Yeah, first names doesn't exist anymore.
On a one-name basis here.
Last name doesn't exist. Everyone is on a one-name basis these days, yeah. But, I mean, if you haven't watched what Tommaso Ciampa did back in NXT, both back when he was with Johnny Gargano and as a solo wrestler, you should go watch that, because he is way too good to be second. I mean, not that The Miz isn't good. I would actually love to see those two have a feud, but Ciampa is too good to be the enforcer of The Miz. Let's just put it like that. But I mean, I hear the match was good.
Yeah, it was good.
I haven't heard anyone complain about it.
It was a good match. It was a good match. I don't know if it was like pay-per-view worthy match, but it was a good match. I didn't have no really complaints about it, other than it was the person I don't like. That's it. But I mean, put anybody else in that situation, I'd be like, okay, cool. It's just a good match. Logan Paul did his thing. You know, he won. Like we said, you know, so maybe that's the end of that. Maybe we can move on. I don't know. This match, we got the United States Championship match. Theory versus Bobby Lashley. Man, this was short but sweet.
This was really, I mean, just like the last one, this was really good.
Short but sweet.
Very short but very sweet. But at the same time, I'm also like, it's difficult to get a 5-minute match to be good. And no, this match wasn't actually good, but these two work very well together.
Yeah, they do.
Let's put it like that. They get the best out of each other. So yeah, short but sweet, I think, is the good word for it. Lashley won with the hurt lock, which of course then freed up Theory to, who knows, maybe he would get involved in the main title match. Yeah, we'll see. That was the Theory at the time.
The Theory
at the time, anyway.
Clever.
Very, very droll. Very droll. But yeah, no. I really like these two working together. I think this is the best I have seen out of Lashley in a very long time, working with Austin Theory.
I feel like Lashley seems a little bit more happier or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and again, he's. No, we'll get back to that later. We might get back to that later. But yeah, when people are, I mean, we have always said Lashley's biggest problem is that he has, the personality of
a wet
dry
napkin.
Toast.
A wet napkin?
Basically, wrapped around dry toast. If he's actually allowed to, develop some personality, even if his personality is just, I don't know, just something other than very big, bold, angry man. I think we could get a lot better stuff out of him, and I think this shows it, because he seems to be playing well off Theories. Smug, arrogant heel. So
sure, I agree with that.
I'm pretty sure this feud. I'm pretty sure this feud is also over now. But let's hope we get something good. I mean, let's hope we get more of this out of both of them, because I think both of them did really well in this feud.
I agree. I mean, I'm not complaining about like the length of it or even the match, because the match was amazing. But I was just like, I can understand why it was short, considering like what happened later on that night. But man, it was short and sweet. I'm like, I was like, it was a good match. It was nice and short. I'm like, I respect it.
Yeah.
And I hope that, like you said, like Bobby Lashley gets his character and gets to be like more himself. Because then people will be like, oh, okay. Maybe they can get more connected with him and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. So let's hope we take it from there. Again.
Next match, the Judgment Day versus the Mysterio. The Judgment Day had Rhea Ripley with a. Let me just say something before we get into this match.
Yes. Yes.
Rhea Ripley is looking like a beast. Let her fight men.
Yes.
Let her fight Dominic or somebody. Hell, let her fight Edge. I'm pretty sure she can hold her own with Edge. Let her fight the men. Oh my God! Look at her. She is a beast.
We have said that before, just in general, regarding having men and women fight. It doesn't have to be like no more than maybe 1 or twice a year.
Right.
It's fine. You don't want to have men beat on women clips, scattered all around the internet.
I can understand that, yeah.
But I mean, Riddle is bigger than Bloody Edge, or at least as big as Edge these days. It's not going to be, it's going to look like a fair match. Also,
I'm sorry, let me interrupt you, but she is like China back in the day. Hell, she is like 10 times better than China. No disrespect to China. We've said this before. No disrespect to China, but look at her. I think she could hold her own. I honestly do. Like you said, it don't have to be like everyday event, but like once in a while, like let the guy attack Rhea. I'm pretty sure she can handle herself.
Yeah, we talked about it at, was it Money in the Bank or was it Back in Hell in the Cell, where I think it was Back in Hell in the Cell.
Hell in the Cell.
That was where where she just stands up in front of Finn Balor back before Finn Balor turned about to do a coup de grace, and he just doesn't do anything. I'm like, this is Rhea Ripley. Just have him jump on her for fuck's sake.
I know, right?
I mean, yeah, exactly. She's like China, only with actual wrestling capabilities.
Exactly.
I mean, China was fine. She was awesome at what she did, but she didn't exactly set the world on fire with her actual wrestling skills. Rhea does.
Yes.
That's another thing that I think I'll come back to Ripley when we're done with this match in general, because I have an opinion on her.
All right. Well, let's just talk about the match then.
Another good match.
I gotta say the first maybe 5 matches were pretty good. But this match was, this match was good. It had a good pace. I think Dominic is getting a lot better.
Dominic is getting a heck of a lot better. Dominic is the example of what can happen when you give people sufficient time in the ring with someone to carry him.
Yes.
Now that they no longer the problem with Dominic has constantly been that they have spent the last year teasing a possible heel turn and never pulling the trigger on it. So I was like, either turn him loose, but if you want to just keep them as a tag team, that's absolutely fine. Just don't. In that case, I mean, these two work very well together. They obviously, and there's Ray and Dominic obviously know each other very well. But yeah,
I mean, he's getting very, I hope they know each other pretty well.
At least partially, yes. Oh, who are you? I'm your son. Oh, right.
Oh, right, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you're, him, okay.
I forgot about that. Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. No, this is really Baylor and Damian Priest works quite well together. These all work. I mean, yeah, I don't think there was anything really stand outish in the match itself. It was just another really good match.
What about when when Rhea Ripley got Dominic in the face, planted him on the apron? I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's true.
You thought that? I was like, oh.
Basically, every time. I mean, this was a really good match, and it got very good every time.
Oh, by the way, guys, this was a no DQ match, in case you didn't know.
This was a no DQ match.
So it was okay that Rhea Ripley got involved. Okay.
Yes, and that also, of course, leads us to the end where
the good music comes on.
Edge's music. Oh my God, that's Christian's music. Wait, Edge's music. Edge comes on and arises out of a staircase from hell, I suppose. I wasn't really sure about that one, but it looked very cool. It definitely looked cool, and
I
of
mean,
course,
Edge
the
always
audience
looks
goes
cool, but it had like
the audience goes bananas
as they.
because I don't think there's a single wrestler right now in WWE that's getting bigger pops than Edge. It's
Yeah.
really that simple.
I mean, really, he's really one of the few wrestlers back in the day.
Yeah,
If you think
I mean
about it.
everyone. It's also it's one of those. He has star power with everyone.
Yeah.
The
It doesn't even matter if he's like heel or face. It's just the same
it's just
reaction.
he is Edge. I mean, there are other Hall of Fame wrestlers who have continued wrestling at least a little bit, but Edge is just. I don't think it's. I think it's hard to explain just how big a superstar Edge is within the wrestling community because he's one of those who has never really had any. I mean, Hulk Hogan had mainstream recognition. Brock Lesnar, because of his MMA thing, has mainstream recognition. The Rock, Austin, so on and so on. Edge is one of those who has never really had mainstream recognition, and but inside the wrestling community, he's probably as big as any of those.
True. I mean, and plus he was also and it was also a time where he was just out. We never thought he would ever come back.
Yeah, that of course. I mean, his personal story.
Yeah.
10 years away from the ring or 9 years away from the ring, going out on top. I mean, he won the championship the day before he had to retire.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, he is probably the biggest star right now. He's probably the biggest star the company have with the fans at least.
True.
So they went bananas. He ran in and
Speared
destroyed Judgment
everybody.
Day, and and the Mysterios got the pinfall.
You know what?
And
you know what? I think Dominic needs to get a better finisher move.
Yes.
Than the 619. Like the Fox Knife is fine, but 619, like him doing the 619, he's too tall for that.
Yeah, he is. This works, and I thought the same. This works with Bray. Unlike someone might remember the video we did about bad finishers, the 619 for Dominic isn't a bad finisher. It just isn't him.
It's bad for him.
I would rather he then stole Eddie's old thing or something. And you could do a 619 into a Three Amigos. I know that wasn't a finisher, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Something like that. But yeah. No, good match. Very good match. Lovely to see Edge back, of course. The crowd went bananas.
Mysterios won.
Yeah, if you watched Twitter at the time, wrestling Twitter went bananas as well. Edge is just Edge. What I have to say is, I think they have wasted Judgment Day, and I think they should take Rhea Ripley out of it.
Yeah.
Judgment Day was ruined when they did the Edge thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was necessary. I don't know what happened, but Judgment Day, as long as Edge was there, had the making of a really super group, like super stable.
Well,
these days it's like Finn and Damian Priest don't need to be in a stable who isn't dominant. They might as well just go off on their own because both of them are superstars. And Rhea Ripley definitely needs to go off on her own and start challenging for one of the women's title matches, one of the women's titles.
Agreed. Well, apparently on Raw, Edge says he's going to take down the Judgment Day, so we'll see about that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to go on like that. I'm just saying, I think Judgment Day had enormous potential. If they had just invited Baylor in, and then if Edge was injured, then have him stand in the back and be the the leader while the others fought. I think they wasted Judgment Day, which means I think they should, have Edge destroy them and just everyone get back to their single careers. I think they're wasted if they are not the totally dominant thing they were built up for.
True. Let's move on. Happy Corbin versus Pat McAfee.
Yeah. Again, not a bad match.
It was a decent match.
Yeah. I mean, McAfee is even less of a wrestler than Logan Paul is.
Yes.
He's athletic, of course. I mean, you have to be an NFL player, but he's athletic in the wrong way to be a wrestler, in my opinion, with the kind of wrestling they're asking him to do. But again, Corbin can easily get a good match out of him, and he did. Yeah, Pat won. Not much to say, I guess.
Yeah, I think.
Again, we
accident.
Yeah, go.
Happy Corbin accidentally bumped into the ref and was checking on him.
Yeah.
And then Pat kicked Baron in the nuts.
Yep.
And his little happy McNuggets, and then got the pin. I mean, it was a match.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much to say. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was a decent match.
This was a fine mid-show match.
Yeah.
It kept the show moving. It was a decent. It wasn't a bad match. It wasn't one of those matches that stole the show, but it kept the show moving. It was good, and the fans didn't, get angry. It's fine. It did what it was supposed to do. You're welcome.
He had Drew McIntyre come out, talk about his match against whoever won the Undisputed Championship, blah 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 match, and he said some things, and he started talking about Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns for the first time ever in Tennessee, Nashville, in front of Colt. So
he, by the way, had an amazing match with
Sheamus.
Another amazing match with Sheamus on the Go Home SmackDown.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched that, you should go watch that, because that one is spectacular.
He didn't have a match, right? He just said some things. Anyways.
Yeah.
Next match. We got the Undisputed Tag Team Championship match. The Street Poppers, who came out with some cheerleaders, versus the Usos, who didn't come out with cheerleaders.
I didn't see a single minute of this match because I couldn't find anything but minute-long highlights anywhere.
All right, well, this is on me.
So this is where I'm blanking.
Well, it's the Usos and the Street Profits, so you already know it's going to be a good match. Jeff Jarrett was the special guest referee. He did his thing. He was fair and balanced and everything else. There was one point where I think Jay almost kicked Jeff Jarrett again, because he had kicked him, I think it was on Raw. Yeah, I believe it was on Raw. Was on SmackDown. I don't remember.
I think so, yeah.
But he always kicked him. He got the foot, and then the Street Profits looked like they did their moves, and Montez Ford tagged in, and he did his little high frog splash thing, but he couldn't do the cover because of his ribs. From I guess.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so he didn't make the cover, and so once he did cover, obviously Jay kicked out, and then I don't remember what happened. They had some interference on the outside, and they're not they started fighting on the outside, and then they did the 1D on the other one.
Dawkins.
Yeah, and got the pin. I mean, it was
and
here we go. This is where it all just goes downhill.
Yeah, I mean, this is. Then this was a good show.
I mean, it was a good match if you have it. I mean, like I said, it's these two teams who have been going at it for 4 or 5 pay-per-views of the same thing, and it's kind of okay, you're not gonna change. Okay, I don't get it. I mean, I don't see why it would be such a big deal for the Usos to win.
No,
to lose. I mean,
I don't see why you needed a special guest referee for this sort of thing.
Right?
It's
what was the point?
Why even go? This is Why go on for 4 pay-per-views and basically even several matches on television between that if nothing is going to happen? Nothing is going to change. We know the Street Profits are very good. We know the Usos are, bloodline.
I mean,
There
it
are
was just
other teams you could have used
it
for
was
this
just
shit.
I mean, really, there really is. And it was just a waste of we
Um,
already been this before. It's like, okay, why
yeah,
are we here?
we've seen. Yeah, exactly. That was I think what when I saw the results, that was what I was thinking. It's like it doesn't matter how good this match is. We've been here 4 times this year already. Just
I mean,
no,
back to back to
just
back to back to back. We've been here before, and it's like, yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of like, look, I like chicken. I don't care how many times. Like, I don't want
No,
365 days a year.
no. We
Okay,
have
I don't
said
care how many
before that
times. I don't care how many times you do it. I don't want it. I'm just like,
no. We have said this before with Roman, but it's a general problem with the bloodline. It's not that they are dominant, it's that they are having the same feud and the same match with the same ending every single show for
yeah,
2 fucking years.
yeah. I mean, I know.
It's boring.
I'm just hoping, like I said, like we had talked about the tribulations and creative. I'm just hoping things
Yeah,
will change in the next couple of pay-per-views. Maybe not the
yeah.
next one, but the fall. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I'm done
Listen,
with the
listen.
bloodline.
By Survivor Series, this shit has to end.
It
It
has to.
has
It
to
has
end.
to.
I don't care who, how, when, why, what. It has to end because we're over it.
We're so over.
Completely
So
over
done.
it.
So done. But I read on there was somebody who commented about the Street Profits should they break up, and I'm like, no, because we already have so many
No,
good tag teams
tag teams.
in
Listen,
in this
yeah, go.
in the main roster between SmackDown and Raw as is. We only got like 3. And you want to break these up?
Yeah,
I'm like, no. It's not them, okay? It's the writers.
yeah,
Break them up.
yeah, exactly. I mean, for God's sake, the Usos are also good. I mean, the Usos is a twin tag team. We know how twin tag teams are. And again, the Usos probably is the best tag team in the business right now, or at least in the company. But and yes, Montez Ford is good enough to have a singles run, but we need a good tag team division, and both of these teams would be the very powerful elements in a good tag team division. Doesn't mean we have to watch them have the same fight with the same results every fucking day.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm like, you don't need to break up the best tag team that we got.
No,
I don't
far
understand
from
why
it.
Montez Ford can also be in a tag team and also go after the United
Yeah,
States Championship or whatever. Look at
for God's
Kofi.
sake. Yeah, exactly. Look at Kofi. Look at
Look
exactly
at
all other
Kofi.
people
Look
in the
at the
same
Shield. Look
situation.
at all these. I'm like, come on, it's not like it's impossible.
So yeah. Anyway, next match.
Next match. Okay, well, not really a match per se.
That
So
would be a
that
match.
Riddle came out. Did you see this part?
Yeah.
No.
Oh
Okay, so shut
no,
up.
I did not. I've
Okay,
only
let
seen
me
matches.
talk because I actually watched the show.
Well, talk then.
So, anyways, Riddle and Seth Rollins were supposed to have a match, but Riddle was injured, so they couldn't have his match. After Riddle came out, called out pretty much Seth freaking Rollins. Seth Rollins asked the challenge, beat the crap out of Riddle, curb stomped him, and then just walked
Yep.
away. That was pretty much it.
Lovely. So something good happened.
So we got to see Seth Rollins on SummerSlam because we weren't sure we were going to.
That's fine. I mean, at least he was there, right?
He was there, kicked Riddle's ass. It's
Now,
fine.
listen. I am going to say Seth is going to get a boost now. Seth has always been Triple H Golden Boy.
Uh huh.
Like,
Well,
Trips have many proteges, but Seth has been his golden boy since day one. So he's going to have stuff happening to him going forward. But yeah, if he didn't have a match, fine. He showed up.
Of course he did. But yeah, I'm happy to see him, and I know he's going to start. He's
Yeah,
going after. He already had. He's going after. He already talked about going after Roman, so we'll see about that.
This match.
The SmackDown Women's Championship match: Ronda Rousey versus Liv Morgan, which was not a long match.
I believe you used the term short and sweet when referring to Lashley versus Theory. In this one, I'm going to say short.
It was very short, and
it wasn't sweet. I mean, it wasn't bad.
It wasn't a bad match.
It wasn't a catastrophe.
I mean,
but
here this match was basically, pretty much Ronda Rousey putting Morgan in submission holds and Morgan getting out of it by being near the ropes on time.
Yeah. What they should have done, in my opinion, is just drop the McAfee match, the McAfee-Corbin match, which did nothing and isn't necessary. You have a new champion who's never been champion before, and while she's over with the fans, she needs to sort of prove herself as a champion. Just drop the damn McAfee match and give these people 15 minutes instead of, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, however long the match lasted. I don't even know. It was very short. And actually have a match. But Liv won, because she did. Of course she did, as she should. I guess Ronda's on her way out now again for a little while. That's fine.
Liv won by
whatever.
Liv won. Ronda Rousey had her in a submission, the kind of same submission she had Natalia and Charlotte in, where she's on the ground and Liv was up and both Ronda's shoulders were down. The rest counts. It seemed like everybody was confused at first, like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Basically.
Okay.
Okay.
And then Ronda was confused, and then she's like, no, you had both your shoulders down. They did the replay thing, you know they do. They looked at it. And basically, then Ronda attacked Liv, attacked the ref. They had to bring people over. She had like a fit. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It was short.
And now she is suspended. It was short. If the other one was short and sweet, this one was just short and short. It wasn't bad. I guess it wasn't bad. I didn't get angry about it.
It was short and like sweet and low.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Goodbye. Thank you for that. I will see.
I don't see why they had to have that kind of like. They should have her go against a longer match to prove.
Nope.
To prove of Liv, but whatever. I'm not WWE.
Whatever. Yeah. They had too many matches on this. I thought originally this was a 2-day event, just for the amount of matches they have.
Yeah, you're wrong. I was like, what?
I was very wrong. I admit it. I had misunderstood something here. But this was way too many. This was one match too many for a one-night show.
A lot of matches.
In my opinion. Yeah. Anyway, Liv won. Good on you, Liv. I'm really glad about that, if nothing else.
Alright, well, we saw Kane come out. And they thought, the audience attendance. I don't remember what it was. There was a lot of people there. Anyways.
44,000.
Who cares?
Because I did see that one. Yeah, who cares?
And then we got the main event. For the first time ever in Nashville. Last Man Standing match. For the Undisputed Universal Championship. We got Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns.
I actually got a decent response on Twitter. WWE had, last man standing, one last match, one last time, and I just, hyphen until Survivor Series. I got a pretty good one out of that one. But yeah, Roman Reigns fought Brock Lesnar and won. Goodbye. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, I mean, that's some good highlight points.
I mean, there were some awesome situations in this match. I mean, the one everyone knows and is talking about was super cool. But yeah,
the whole ring and fucking tipped over by the tractor.
Picking up the ring with a tractor was immensely cool. It was just also.
I mean, Theory came out. Nothing happened. I mean, he got his ass kicked, but he didn't cash in, so he's still Money in the Bank. But he tried to cash in on Roman.
I was about to say, did he try to cash in, or did he just come out? And
So what happened was, this was after Brock Lesnar destroyed the ring, and I guess Brock was down, and then Theory comes out. He hits Roman Reigns with the briefcase, and he was about to give the briefcase to the ref. Yeah, and then as soon as he's about to say, he didn't even get a chance to say anything because Brock Lesnar just F5'd him, and then he was just out for the rest of the match.
Okay, lovely. Good for you, Theory.
So he still got Money in the Bank. So he still got that going, and then I mean, it was just. I mean, you had Brock Lesnar just get pummeled, and every damn time he got up at the count of 9 or got a couple of 8, at least 3 or 4 times. It was just either stay down, so get rid of in this match already. God, we already know how it's gonna go. The Usos got involved as they would. It's what's his face?
We have seen this match before.
Paul Heyman got F5'd in the announcements table. It's okay. We get it.
Fine. I mean, that's new, I guess. I don't know. I feel like we have seen this before.
We have seen this before.
A trillion times.
Because we have.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't. It happened. Reigns eventually put him down with a bunch of tables on him, and he missed the count. Fine, whatever. These things happen.
Yeah, he had beat him with a freaking. At first, he had beat him with Theory's the briefcase, and then hit him with a freaking. And then that didn't work, and hit him with something else, and that didn't work. Hit him with the belt, and buried him with everything, all the debris around the freaking ring. And I mean, I saying that I had told Tim, you asked me when we talked about earlier about what I thought about the match. I said if this was my first time watching this match, oh my god, wow, okay, but it's not.
If this was any other two people, I would have called this match of the year contender.
Exactly.
But because it's Roman Reigns and Brock Bloody Lesnar, I'm I don't care.
I'm like I said, if it was the first time I ever watched these two go at it, oh shit, hell yeah, I would be that would be the top match of the night. But since we already been around this, before, nah. I mean, it was a good match.
Yeah.
It was a decent match. It was a great match. It had some great highlights. And like I said, the tractor with the ring thing, that was probably the best event thing that happened at that time. But other than that, I'm because of who we're talking about, I'm just not in it.
Nope.
Because we're ready.
And it's minutes. I mean, it was a very long match. It was the longest thing Rock has done for 20 years.
I know, right? I was waiting for him. Okay, it's gonna quit any minute now, right? He can't go past. No, it's still okay. It's still going. Cool.
Again, if this is the Brock we are getting now, yeah, he can stick around. I wouldn't mind. I mean, not to fight Roman, but he could stick around. He could, I don't know, challenge Omos. I don't bloody know.
Somebody.
I think Omos is on his way out now. He just doesn't fit what Trips have done since he took over. I mean, we only have next NXT to go by. Omos doesn't fit what Triple H have ever done anywhere.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's probably for the best anyway. Because I don't really see him as anything but like someone's bodyguard, to be honest.
No, exactly.
So,
no, same here.
I mean, it's kind of like if it was kind of like Kali. I'm like, oh, it's a big old tall guy too.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. But yeah, no, this. Yeah, sure. I'm sure the fans loved this match. I mean, they showed it was a really good match.
It was a good match. I'm not like I don't dislike Brock Lesnar, and I don't dislike Roman. I just dislike this whole situation.
Yes, I've said many times before, Roman is doing better work now than he ever has before. It just doesn't work because, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't work because it keeps doing it over and over again. And like we're supposed to be like, oh wow, again, yay! No,
yeah.
like we're done. How long have we been doing this? Like how many years? It's ridiculous.
Exactly. We've been through this a trillion times before, and I can't be bothered to go over everything again. But,
I mean, it's kind of like having worked on like a really bad relationship. It ain't gonna work. It just ain't gonna work. Just break up.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But that is it, guys. So, yeah. You have anything else?
Yeah. Nope, not for this one.
Wow. Okay, great.
Let's see what. Yeah.
Anyways, guys.
I have nothing to say. I will make Toya happy.
Fine. Oh, finally. Anyway, guys. That is it. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget. I don't know when Tim comes back.
I will be back next week. I will do my first stream. Well, probably in about. This will probably go out on Thursday, so a week from today.
Cool.
Actually, I shall do my first stream after I come back.
And I probably have my videos come out probably in like, if not a week, in 2 weeks, because my kids go back to school. Thank God. Anyways. And so I have some videos there, but I do have a painting video that I put out on Tuesday, so y'all go check that out. And I might have some.
That was amazing.
I might have another video come out on Friday, maybe, to see how it goes first. But anyways, see you guys next time. Bye. Say bye, Tim.
Bye.